Hi everybody, welcome to Post Production. My name is Chris O'Connell. This is the show where we take a look at some of the films that students here at Post have made during their time here and get to actually spend a little time with the directors, speak to them about the movie, what went into it, what came out of it, which is a really awesome experience. Actually, you don't usually do that, so we're very lucky to have with us today Nicholas James DeGusta. Did I say that right? Did I get the name? Right. I was worried about the last name. Today we're going to be showing and talking about your movie, I believe it was your thesis film, correct?
Yes.
College Senior. Can you talk a little bit about what College Senior is, sort of tell us about it, and then what your role was on the production?
Sure. So College Senior is a comedy film about an elderly gentleman named Jerry Murphy. He's very unhappy with his life. He feels like he has no purpose, and so he decides to become a college student. And along the way, he meets some friends and foes, and it's just a journey. It's just a ride.
Just like real college.
Pretty much, yes.
And what was your role, sort of beginning to end?
I was director, writer, and I also did four different hats. I was the editor, producer, so on.
Wherever they needed you.
Wherever they needed me, yeah.
Okay, cool. We're going to come back and talk to Nick a little bit more after we watch the movie, but right now I'd like to show everybody College Senior.
I-18?
What am I gonna do, Frank?
This is so good.
Oh, Frank.
What?
Look at this place, huh? Just look at it. There's nothing here to live for.
What are you talking about? It's great here.
Really?
Hey, you're the one that didn't want to play bingo again. We could have been having a grand time of it, but no, here we are stuck with the bench warmers.
So you think bingo is fun?
Of course. What else would we be doing? What else do you expect?
I expect some dignity. I mean, why do they have to treat us like children? Yeah. Here is your game, little boys and girls, and here are your chips, boys and girls, and here's your little game board. Oh, this is so exciting. It's not exciting. It's downright insulting. I mean, why is it that just because you get old, they treat you like a kid all over again?
Jerry, come on, it's supposed to be fun. Plenty of people that are younger than us play bingo.
Every week?
What's the number going to be?
Just call the number, nerd.
Oh, ma'am, please, it's just a game.
Call it.
Okay. And 33?
You know, Frank, I used to sing, dance, run, do push-ups. Now look at me, huh? My workouts are limited to walking.
At least you work out. My body goal is to stretch my stomach out so far that I could eat as many donuts as I want in an hour.
That is gross, Frank.
That's your problem. The fact that you think it's gross. That's your problem.
I just wish that there was more purpose to my life right now.
Jerry, if this is about your wife, I could understand. It's only been 1 year since she's passed. You're having difficulty understanding the meaning of your life without her.
Yeah. Well, you're right, Frank. My life has lost its meaning. My life has lost its meaning. I never thought about it like that before.
Oh boy, look, I'm sorry I put it that way. Look, You don't need any extraordinary meaning. Just enjoy the simple life.
Simple life, huh? Simple life. Take a look at them. They're not even talking.
Okay, so that's the way it is.
Why? Why is that the way it is?
I don't know. Yikes, Jerry.
Simple life. Live the simple life. What is that all about? I mean, is there something wrong with looking? Am I looking for more purpose in my life right now?
You probably won't find your purpose before you die. How much time do you have left? Maybe a year or so? Look, if you don't like bingo, go out and get yourself a hobby.
Like what?
Hey, you're single now. Play the field a bit. I'm sure there are plenty of young ladies here that are happy and fun. Look at the babes across the room. I bet you wouldn't mind getting into that action.
I gotta take a walk.
I'll give one of them your number.
.073.
Bingo! Bingo! I got it!
All right, let me see your board.
Shut up! Shut up! How does this help your life? What purpose does this have? Huh? Bingo! Bingo! I got it! Grow up, man!
Sir, you could. Let's just continue the game and bring your board right up to me so I can see if you got bingo.
Ashley Smith. Here. Peter Woods.
Here.
Mark James. Here. Billy Roberts. Stephen D'Agosta.
Here.
And Jerry Murphy. Largest class I've had in years. Can I help you?
Yeah. This is my class.
I think you're mistaken. I'm scheduled for this class on Tuesdays and Thursdays at this time.
Excuse me?
I think your students are in another room. This is my classroom. Please leave.
I'm a student. I'm supposed to be here.
Are you, Jerry Murphy?
Yeah, Jerry Murphy, right.
Okay. You can have a seat.
Oh, yeah. Thanks. Hey, how you doing? How are you? How are you? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you.
Okay, did I get everyone? All right, then, let's get started. This class is Western literature. We'll be going over many books, the first being Candide by Voltaire. Now, Voltaire was a writer in the 17th century criticizing the Enlightenment period.
Excuse me, just a minute. I'm sorry, but I hate to have to say this, but I think you got it all wrong. You see, Voltaire was an 18th century Enlightenment philosopher who was criticizing the neoclassic period of the century before. Well, yeah, the Enlightenment period was in the 1700s, so, you might have gotten confused. Because the 18th century...
This is my classroom. I must be able to speak without interruption. Now, to enforce that rule, I demand 10 seconds of silence. Okay then, as I was saying.
Look, excuse me, just a minute. I mean, if this is your class, then I'm sure you must want accuracy.
Oh, really? Have you read this book, sir?
No.
Oh.
But I have done a lot of research on the internet.
Then surely you must know that what I'm teaching is correct. Now, as I was saying, we'll be going over Candide. Candide is about a young man searching for love.
That's not...
He seeks love from the main female character, Lady Cunegonde. Excuse me. No phones in class.
Just a minute. Hold it. Just take a look at this. This is the source of my information.
Ah, yes. Well, it appears that this comes from only one online source, and at your age, I'm not sure if you realize this, but not everything on the internet is true. This contributor page was probably made by a misinformed student who should take my class, should they decide to become informed.
Wait just a minute, huh? Hold on. See, I just opened another window here on my phone that has the complete text on it. Yeah. And in the introduction, the translator states exactly what I said. Yeah. Voltaire was an 18th century Enlightenment philosopher who was criticizing the neoclassic period of the previous century. Well, so if this is an official version of the book, how can it be misinformed?
Anyway, as I was saying, yes?
So, were you right or was he right?
Yeah. Were you right? Or was I right?
Get out.
Get out! What? Oh! Get out. Nice guy, huh? Yeah. Get out! God almighty, who needs people like this, I swear to God. Oh, boy. Gentlemen. Hey. My name is Jerry. What are your names?
I'm Seth.
Seth. I'm Will. Will. Can I sit with you? Sure. Great. Thanks. Thanks. Sorry. Oh, boy. Oh, feel excited. It's my first day of college ever. I had a blue-collar worker, and well, you know the drill, the whole thing. Probably don't. That's okay. I don't blame you. You know, it's getting an education. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's why I'm here. You know, I'm just trying to live life to the fullest. How much time have I got left, huh? Who knows? And I tell you, playing bingo is not going to be my last activity on this earth. Oh, hell no. You know, I haven't even been here like for 5 minutes yet, and talking to the two of you is like pulling teeth. Don't you know how precious life is? Why are you talking on these cellular devices when you could be talking to each other? Look, don't think that I didn't see you texting when I walked over here.
Hey man, I'm just using this so I can like see what's going on in the world, you know, politics.
Give me your phone.
What?
Just give me your phone.
No, I'm not gonna give you.
Dude, I really think you should give him your phone.
Kangaroo versus chicken? This is what's going on in the world?
I'm gonna look at what's going on in the world later.
So, you two are friends, right?
Yeah.
So enjoy each other's company. Hey, you know, the world is going mad. Teachers who choose to teach materials that they don't know about, and people spending days doing nothing but playing bingo for the rest of their lives. Now, two young people that are communicating through screens? Seth, I hope that you were looking at something more productive.
Wait. No. You can't.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Oh, well, maybe I overstepped my boundaries
You
here.
think?
Seth, who's the young lady you were talking to?
Come on, guys.
Rebecca. Shh. That's a pretty name.
She's in this room. She might hear you.
She's in this room. Why aren't you talking to her?
I'm not good at talking to her.
Then why are you talking to her if you're not good talking to her?
I'm not.
Well, I mean, is messaging like this, isn't that like not talking?
I just don't know her very well, all right? I'm only comfortable talking to her through social media.
Dude, super weird.
Shut up,
You're
dude.
a weirdo.
You do it too.
Will, is that true?
Yeah. But it's different.
Whoa. So, do you think that you should be judging him if you do the same thing?
No.
That's right.
No.
You're right.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
That's right.
So, now, go over there and talk to her. What? Where is she? Ooh. That close, huh? Yeah. Go talk to her.
What? No, come on, I'm not gonna go talk. Guys, literally, no matter how many times you ask, I'm not gonna do it.
All right. All right.
Terry, where are you? What is he doing? What are you doing? Jerry.
Oh, hi, I'm Jerry.
Hi, I'm Rebecca.
So nice to meet you, Rebecca.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, listen, I have a friend over there who would really like
Where?
to... just behind you, wearing a sweatshirt.
Why is he hiding his face?
Well, he's too shy to come over himself to meet you, so I figured I'd come over and try to influence you to go over and introduce yourself to him.
Oh, okay.
Great. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Good luck.
Hey, I know you. You were just messaging me, right?
Yeah.
And I think we met this morning. You're in my music theory class.
Yes.
So, should I sit or?
Hey, do you want some noodles?
I'm okay, but thank you.
Yeah, actually, I don't want them either. I don't know why I chose them as my meal of choice.
So,
I like your scarf.
thank you.
I'm sorry. That, it was terrible.
It's okay. Your grandpa was just trying to help you out.
Oh, he's not my I would never bring my grandfather to school. Oh my god, I'm kind of embarrassed that you thought that.
Well, professor then.
No, he is actually a student, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what year are you in?
Freshman?
Honey, you're so young. You're like a high school boy. No wonder you're so bad at talking to me.
Yeah. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Oh, I see.
So what are you studying?
I am undecided.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm getting my master's in theater education.
No way.
No way, what?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I think theater is the coolest thing in the entire world. What? That is crazy. My mom taught theater to children, but I mean, it was still something.
Well, seems like your grandpa is a pretty good matchmaker.
What do you think they're saying? It's hard to tell.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah, sure.
Do you want to talk about this some more? Because I have class in a few minutes, but if you're free on Friday night, we could maybe find a restaurant to talk in.
Yes. I would love that.
Well, you have my contact info?
I do.
Because we've been messaging.
It's true, we have been.
So, feel free to reach out. Okay?
Cool.
Bye.
Do you ever get results like that from chatting on the internet? I just told him off. I let him have it. Well, anyway, long story short, he threw me out of class first day.
Way!
Yeah.
And I wish I had the guts to tell my professor off like that.
Did you just get a text?
I think so.
It's probably from his family.
No, it's from a woman. Some woman named Beth. Says that she met me at bingo day at my church. I don't remember talking to any woman that day.
Well, maybe it's a prank.
She got my number from my friend Frank.
Jerry, do you even know what this chick looks like?
Not at all.
Ask her to send you a picture.
I will not do such a
Ask her to
thing.
send the picture.
No. I'll just ask her, what she looks like. Oh, wow.
What?
Whew, this woman is so alive.
What did she send you? Jerry. Jerry.
Welcome back to Post Production. Again, I'm Chris O'Connell, and I'm here today with Nick DeGusta. We just saw his film College Senior, and now we're actually going to get to speak to him a little bit about it. So, Nick, I'd like to jump right in. Just obviously, it's something a little unique of a story and of a film. Just tell us a little bit about where that idea came from. Like, where did it start?
Sure. My intermediate film class, there was this actor I cast in my film. I'll name drop him. Arthur AA Albert.
You want to say it right to the camera?
Arthur AA Albert. He calls himself AA because he's Arthur Albert. Anyway, he's in his 80s, very old actor, but very youthful, very energetic, very funny. And I just thought to myself, what if he was in college? What if he was a college student? So I wanted to make a movie sort of about him and like what it would be like to see a man that age, acting like us.
Right.
Yeah.
That's got to be like a good little tidbit for actors too, is just make friends with the people on set, impress someone. I guess you don't have to be 80-something years old to impress someone,
right?
But they'll think of you again for something like a future project.
Of course. Yeah.
Sure. So when you actually undertook the film, which it's a little bit, it's sort of, I think I might have already said, but ambitious. It's a little bit longer. It's a little bit spread out. What was your sort of plan going into shooting, and what were some of the lessons that you learned along the way trying to manage a project like this?
Well, I think the biggest challenge with this project is the fact that it was so long. I mean, this was like a half-hour film, nearly a half hour, and I'm not used to making something that long in film school. I've made 10-minute films, maybe 15 at most. But this was the longest film in the school's film festival. It was, you know, and a lot of lines in one scene, which was at the cafeteria scene. That was probably most of the script. And you know, we only had so much time to film, and we didn't want to have to film a different day because we want to keep the consistency, everything like that. So, you know, it was very hard to you know, get it all together in that one day. We're shooting in the cafeteria, but you know, it all came together. We had to work really fast, diligently.
Yes.
But in the end, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
That's great. Is that, do you think, obviously I assume it's like flexing a new muscle is taking something from what you've only worked in 10-minute intervals to 3 times that?
Yeah.
Do you think, you mentioned very specifically an instance there, like the cafeteria scene, you're working under a time crunch, you're on the clock sort of. Do you think that that encourages, like, I don't want to say a different kind of art, but sort of a different way of looking at it?
For sure, yeah. I mean, when you have a certain amount of time to do something, you know, you're more likely to be more diligent than if someone said you have this much time, and you know, you have like, whatever, whenever you want to leave, just film. Then you might be a little lazy. You might. But I think you know, like a regular film set, like you would have a time limit, you would have a, you know, a release date. So I think it was a good experience to, you know, just give myself a time limit.
And just on the other side of that is part of it, I mean, it's got to be frustrating on set, but something you have to learn to live with is like, no, we don't have time for another take. Like, oh, I hope we got it. Like, sorry, we have to move on.
Yeah, I was actually the opposite of that. I was actually doing a lot of takes, and that's why we were probably pressed for time. But like, I'm very into working with the actors. As a director, I like to. My favorite thing is to see an actor's performance, which is why I had a lot of theater actors in the film, because I wanted to give it a more sitcom, theatrical kind of feel to it. I didn't want it to be, you know, just about the cinematography. I wanted to know, you know, how the actors, what kind of performance they give, the comedic timing, you know. And so if they're off at all, or something's off, the film's not going to be good.
Right.
But luckily I had really talented actors who I was very nitpicky about, but they were absolutely amazing. Can't complain about them one bit.
I think you captured something pretty essential to film that not a lot of people know, or maybe choose not to understand, is that the basis of a good film is not how it looks, but what it's saying.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with that. You know, College Senior is kind of about, you know, you're never too old to do something you want to do. Never too, you know, it's never too late. And you know, it's also about different cultures. I mean, a lot of the film is about texting, and you know why you the older characters asking younger kids, why are you texting? Why don't you just talk to your friend right in front of you?
Right.
So, and I'm guilty of that too. Obviously, I'm like one of the worst. So I was kind of making fun of myself in that sense too. But yeah, it's about just the exchange of cultures, and then there's a twist in the end of the film, and he becomes more like the students towards the end of the film. So it switches. But yeah, it definitely teaches something about, you know, different ages, different generations, and.
So you were a director. Talk to me a little bit about how you run your set.
So pretty much, I like to discuss beforehand with the cinematographer. You know, what kind of feel do I want? What kind of mood is it? And then we go over the shots. I do actually my own storyboard, and I talk it over with the cinematographer, and who is Lucas Rio, another alumni, LIU. And yeah, so I want to do those things beforehand so that he can focus on the camera, the look and feel of the film.
Right.
And then I can focus on the actors.
Right.
I'm very much into performance, the actor's performance.
Sure. So you focus very specifically on one part, but your fingerprints are sort of all over the film.
Right.
One of the things that I like to ask everybody, because I do think it's an interesting topic and something that's important to cover, is your relationship with compromise. Obviously, film is a very collaborative medium. There's a lot of hats being worn. There's a lot of people involved. But at a certain point, how do you recognize when someone else's idea might be better, or when you might be trying to further your own idea as opposed to the group?
Right. Well, luckily for this film, I had a lot of people. People were very friendly, and you know, they just were on board with, you know, the overall vision for the film. But I've worked on other films where, you know, you learn in film school that you kind of have to make compromises because you're working in a group. It's not this person's thesis film. It's it's the group's
Right.
production lab's film, and yeah, I mean it's hard, but I think look at it objectively. You don't look at it from just your point of view. If you say, well, is what this person's saying make sense for the film, or is it better than what I'm thinking? And you have to really be honest with yourself, because people are not sometimes honest with themselves, and
Right.
sometimes it's not for their own good.
Right. It's good to have
Yeah.
a third-person perspective, sort of outside of yourself and
Absolutely.
the film, watching it.
Absolutely.
So you spoke a lot about what the film means to you. Like, you obviously spent a lot of time with the actors in it, and it shows obviously during the movie. And you spoke about the themes of it, this sort of dissection of culture today, and how that there's a shock, there's a divide between the past and the present, but also how that comes together. What do you want people to take away from it? Like, what is all of this leading toward, do you think, or you hope?
Well, I want people to laugh, first of all. I think it's very important nowadays because so much is going on in the world. The world's not a happy place, and when you have a film that makes people laugh, it just alleviates that. People want to be entertained, want to have a good time. So I think I really wanted to do something that people would make people feel good, and just the theme of the fact that Jerry is a very inspirational character. I mean, he doesn't let anything stop him. He's he's an old man, and he's going to college. He's pursuing whatever following his heart. So I want people to think that way. I don't want people to think that, well, it's too late for me to do this. It's too late to
Right.
I can't be this because I'm too old.
Right.
So I want people to be inspired too.
It's sort of like a celebration of passion.
Absolutely.
In a lot of different forms.
Absolutely.
Both behind the camera and on the screen.
Definitely.
All right, so just like a final thought for people who are watching who might be in film school right now, who might be working on their thesis film currently. What would you do you have any tips or just one piece of advice that you'd like to convey to everybody now that you have a platform for that?
Sure. Yeah, I would say, no matter what the film's about, no matter what the story is, I would say the most important thing is, getting a cinematographer you trust, working with them before. That's my method. I prefer to work with them before so that you can focus on the acting, and then cast actors that you work well with. That's very important because I had a really good cast, and I honestly don't think the film would have, won an award if the cast wasn't so good.
Right.
So I really think casting is very important.
The old saying is that 90% of directing is casting.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks very much for coming on, Nick.
No problem.
I really enjoyed that conversation. I really love your movie, and I'd love to talk to you again soon.
Great.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, I'm Chris O'Connell. This is Post Production. See you next time.